We'll see if this works today. There we go. Pull up the chat. Say hello to everybody. Well, people kind of pop in. So this is my wind down. It's just way for me to relax a little bit before I go to sleep. To disengage from writing and get into something else to do. Where do I want to go? I guess I'll do another quest. This is the part of the game where I'm like, I don't want to do quests. Kind of just want to get on with it. So maybe I'll just get on with it, maybe not. People keep saying, oh, it changes the story a little bit. I'm like, that makes me want to do the quests, even though I don't really want to do them, you know? So I think that's the next thing. We'll do one more. Easy to chit chat. While we're doing this kind of thing. Hey, Eric. So yeah, I wrote a couple thousand words today. Took a break from my current project to see if I have anything to talk to this guy.
I have to tell you that I'm grateful for all of your help thus far.
From a current project, did a couple thousand words on a new little story, and I'll talk about what's in that story in just a minute, because I may cut this video up later and just put it as a separate video. Let's see. VR missions. Just show if one's new. Steadfast block. Interesting. Well, that's cheap. Let's buy one. Provoke. That's all. That might be useful. Steal. And I can steal things. Synergy. Huh. Well, that's cool. Alright. What is a VR mission? Oh, interesting. I don't want to do that.
I look forward to receiving all of your future battle intel submissions.
So Cloud is clearly overcompensating with the sword, right? Maybe, maybe not. I kind of feel like the whole thing, like, oh, somebody's overcompensating for a small penis with something else that is good. I think that's a little bit not true or overplayed. You know? I think it's not quite true. You know, like, this is just a funny thing, but obsession with penis size from the male side usually has to do with just kind of a... Wait, there's a boxes to smash. This is a game of smashing boxes, and last night there was even a minigame where you smash boxes. I think it mostly has to do with that person's lack of confidence. That person's overcompensating. Like, it's like saying, well, he's successful, he must have a small penis, because I'll be better because my penis is bigger. It's like, you know, when it comes to, like, betting women, they don't see it before basically the act is inevitable. So it really doesn't matter much for status and that kind of stuff. Sorry. I have some terrible allergies from all the smoke in the air. Well, I got here. It's gonna be over there. Whoa! What is that? What is that little thing? Some cool music here. Do 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 do. Kind of sounds like Mission Impossible. Nothing I can... Oh, a ladder. Well, that's convenient. Oh, can I go in here? to hold it. I don't know why they make you hold. What's the point of holding? Why can't you press it once and the character will execute the command you give him? Guessing he went up. Or maybe he did go back around this way. Oh, yeah. You can go around this way. Okay. I think they might just be somewhere in this area. And we'll just find them and bust them up, maybe? It's kind of going a loop. Maybe over here. I don't know. We'll find out. No way he could swing that sword without testicular fortitude. I don't think he could swing the sword if he weren't like a cybernetic being or something, you know? Especially with the arms. He's totally a 90s design. Like, 90s designs, they stick out. You know, you can really tell if something was designed in the 90s by... It's kind of like a... he's kind of like a twink-looking boy, you know? And then, but he has a giant sword, like from Berserk, you know? You know? Just those things, they just mashed so much stuff together in the 90s. It's kind of why the 90s are great. I have to go through the back alleys and dead ends and find and destroy them all. Okay, whatever, that'll be fun. What's this? Speaking of Mission Impossible, did you hear that Tom Cruise recently jumped off a huge cliff with a motorcycle, then parachuted down? Like, for real? I've heard he does, like, his own stunts and his broken limbs and stuff doing that. I'm like, okay. That's what he's doing.
Going in.
Oh, here they are.
But we're in a rush.
Cess.
That's Stewart right.
Alright. Immune to something. Resistant to physical attacks until pelted with magic. Alright. Weak to wind. Well, I don't have wind here.
Deal with that.
I'm coming. One more shot.
Okay, hit him with some blizzard.
Bundle up. I'll put down ice. Get ready. You're hurt. Stop it.
Wow. Ouch.
Come on.
Get him. It's your
That's
turn.
I got it.
Ooh. Cure Aerith.
So it's my turn?
Let's do this.
Stay back. I'm coming. Get him. Ha!
Ouch.
Feeling chilly? Bundle up.
I got this.
Fire will do it. Cure her.
Go on.
Don't overdo it.
This one's for you.
Ouch.
Won't last long.
Cut.
Right.
Go on.
Don't overdo it.
I'll show you what I can do.
Come on.
I like the echo when you kind of pause things. It's like a nice little
Don't
touch here.
catch a cold.
Taking over.
Get him.
Neo-like. Time to burn.
Here goes. Stop it!
Let's do this.
Everything's spinning.
See if I can cure her.
Here it comes. One more shot.
It's on you.
So it's my turn. I'll put down ice. Get him! Ah! Lend me your strength.
Oh, we got a limit break there. What do I got here? Healing Wind. That's a good one.
You've got this.
Let's go over to here. There we go. Blizzard.
Buckle up.
Blizzard. The enemies are no joke here. Alright, I killed one.
No escape.
Stay back.
Burn. Steady. Time to burn.
Get him!
Make him kind of vulnerable after you hit him with fire, I guess.
Brace yourself.
There we go.
Bring it. Deal with that.
Here goes.
Absorbs MP.
Feeling chilly? It's your turn. That's it.
Alright, so I got these guys down. So you just gotta hit them with a spell and then they do drop their little shield. And then they're pretty easy to beat.
Nothing to it.
Alright, so that's how you do those. Anyway, let's check the chat, see how y'all are doing. I actually found Tifa to be the most fun to play in this game. Kind of reminded me on the PS2 game Bouncer. Oh yeah. Apparently Tom Cruise once had a stunt coordinator replaced when they wouldn't let Cruise do a stunt that was life-threatening. I think it was hanging off an airplane with no harness. I've never played the Gabriel Knight games. So no, I haven't played those. Tom Cruise produces his own movies so he can be allowed to do his own stunts and have full creative control. Believes in doing as much for real as possible and keeps upping the ante. Yeah, and he's like in his 50s or something now too. I like how Cloud is like delivering a devastating mid-swing and then halts and comes to attention to heal Aerith. Yeah. Like, oh, let me heal you. Let me heal you, babe. Is there something in this little... Nope. The map is faking me out. So, anyway. Here's a little story that I started tonight. Story is about James and his friend, Jimmy. Main character is really Jimmy. Jimmy is in his 30s, and Jimmy is a pizza delivery boy. And he's quite happy to be a pizza delivery boy in his 30s. And he spends all of his free time basically goofing off and playing video games. What I'm doing right now. And it started as like an aphorism. You know, Jimmy does what I kind of envy doing, which is he delivers pizza, goes home, and just has a ton of free time and plays video games and does whatever he wants. But he has no personal ambitions. You know, he doesn't care about bettering himself. He doesn't want to open a business. Oh.
Go on.
Burn.
This one's for you.
didn't want that one.
One more shot.
Don't overdo it.
So it's my turn? Bundle up.
Hang back.
Cut! I'll show you what I can
Not
do.
an MP. I have to like
Feeling chilly?
chug a pot or something.
Get 'em. You've got this.
I got this.
Well, that blizzard didn't really do that much, did it? There we go. I have an either, so I'll use one. Oh,
Go on.
Burn.
there we go. And then they're pretty easy to knock down here. There we go. That's easy. Okay. Got these guys down. Return to the scared man. Yes. Quest complete. Does this Jimmy follow change? Yeah, so... anyway, so yeah, back what I was talking about. So yeah, Jimmy just doesn't have any real drive. And so his girlfriend... And they're both... His girlfriend is like a waitress, right? And she's pressuring him one night. She just says, like, how come you're not manager of this pizza place that you've been delivering pizzas for all this time? And he's like, because I don't want to. It's more work for less money. You know, I like the tips.
From the reactor getting lost.
It's like, yeah, but you could learn the business.
Because of the explosion of
I already know the business. And you could open, why don't you open your own pizza place? It's like, you're a waitress. It's like, it's different because I'm a woman.
Maybe.
It's like, why? Why is it different because you're a woman?
Sorry for him.
Because I'm supposed to do different things with my life. In other words, I'm supposed to have kids.
What am I saying?
But it's his birthday. And he's real excited on his birthday because
Now hold on.
PlayStation 5's coming out on his
Anyway,
birthday, and
I
he's
think
saved
it's
up all
safe to say
year.
our work here
He's
is
cut back
finished.
on his beer and
If
his
you ever
and his
work again,
and his
again,
pot to
remember,
buy
you can count on Cloud.
PS5 on day one. Like his whole life is buying video
Sorry
games.
about putting this on you all of a sudden. I'm really glad
And
you were
so,
willing to
like
help
at his
out.
birthday party,
Thanks
his old
again.
friend comes over, James.
Actually, while you're here, I've got another
James
thing
is the
to announce.
opposite.
There's this old
James
guy
is what
who
Jimmy
hangs
doesn't
out
wanna
in front
be.
of the weapons shop. I think he might need your help. Would you mind talking to him?
Yeah, James is the opposite of Jimmy. James has like a wife and kids. He has a big career. He has a nice car. He has a house. Like Jimmy still lives in a one-bedroom apartment. He's lived in the same one-bedroom apartment for like 10 years. Hasn't really done anything. And, you know, his girlfriend ends up giving him a guitar for his birthday. And it's because, oh yeah, you used to talk about how you used to play guitar with your friends. So his friend comes over, and his friend doesn't play guitar either anymore because he's too busy like being a lawyer. And that's just how it is. And so it's two people looking at the other side. And basically, because Jimmy doesn't have any drive to change, he feels very empty, whereas the other person feels very stressed, and they look at each other with envy. So this is really like an aphorismic kind of thought. Kind of like some of my other Gen Y stuff. So it doesn't really have a conclusion to the conflict. The conflict is just a sketch there about our conflict in this generation. People that are in our 30s, people that are in our 20s, people that are after college but haven't really, you know, haven't really found the American dream.
I have a problem. It's the anniversary of my wife's death, and I wanted to visit her.
So Jimmy realizes
But
that
I
like he
can't
hasn't really
because
done
the
anything
creatures
meaningful with his
turned the
life.
graveyard into their
He
nest.
focuses on fun,
Could you do
and
me a
his life
favor
feels very
and go
empty.
there in my stead?
James has no fun, and his life is kind of miserable as a result.
That's fine.
I mean, this is why you should play games every day, really.
Right by the head of the river. But I heard they
Or
put a new
read
gate
or
in
do
the
something
beach to
fun.
replace the old broken one. Now that those creatures have moved in, I'm sure it's locked up tight.
Didn't we buy a graveyard key off Moggy? I think we did.
Yeah, the Gen Y Tales, this is just another one of those. You know, the big idea is, you know, being content. So, Jimmy represents like a people I've known, you know, that are content basically just content doing nothing. And I'm not really one of those people. I'm a person that is internally driven to the extreme. And I realize it's way worse for me than other people I've met in my life. That, you know, they're pretty happy taking it easy most of the time, but I'm just not. I will feel bad if I have not accomplished my goals for the day, if I've not done what I'm supposed to do. You know, like if I skip a day of cardio, or like when I was working out and bodybuilding, if I skipped a day at the gym, I felt really bad because it's like I'm moving a day further away from my goals. You know, if I don't do my writing every day, then it's bad. It's really bad for me. Like I have to do it. But I know that from experience that if you just do nothing, all work and no play makes Jack a dull boy. You have to do other stuff. You have to do things which are fun too. And if you're not making any time for that, it's like, it'd be better. It's like, man, I only have an hour of free time a day. Write for 30 minutes, read for 30 minutes. Or, you know, write for 30 minutes, watch a 30-minute TV show. That's all you have. Don't spend your 100% of your time working, or you will be, it's gonna drive you insane after a while. You can do it 6 weeks max, is what I say. 6 weeks is pretty much where your limit is going to be.
I'm waiting.
Apparently I got some poison. Let's assess these guys, because I don't know. I don't remember if they're weak to... Oh, they're weak to frost. That's good.
Take it from here.
So it's my turn? I'll put you on ice.
Need to heal up.
Come on!
Try this. Let's finish this.
This one's for you!
Let's switch it up.
Let me teach him a lesson.
All right.
Cheer yourself loud.
Here goes.
Still in it. Come on. Is that
And
it?
catch! One more shot! Feeling chilly? Bundle up! You can do it!
You're done.
I'll do what I can. I think we're almost done. Feeling chilly? This one's for you! I'll put you on ice.
All right.
Ooh, a limit burst. Cross slash. Later, bro. Oh, he's got like a debuff on him that like made him
I should
do nothing here.
Bundle up. One more shot.
Not looking good.
Alright, cool.
This must be it.
Sounds like one should find a middle ground, yeah. I've been reading How to Live 24 Hours a Day by Arnold Bennett, and that book really brought out many of my own
You wanna say a
excuses to
prayer
the
too?
forefront. It's in the
thanks.
public domain, also on the
I think
cool.
you've got it covered.
Return to the Old Man, yes. Let's go. Yeah, I heard that President Trump was nominated, and then the Atlantic came out with a piece like, it's time to end it. It's like, the Ayatollah can't have it. Nobody can. If Orange Man Bad can win the Nobel Peace Prize, then there should be no prize.
I'm really grateful for what you did. Here's your reward. I owe him a lot, maybe more than I can ever repay. And now I owe you a lot too. I know it's not much, but I hope it makes up for it a little bit.
We paid our respects to your wife, and we took care of those creatures.
Oh, that's such a relief to hear. I can't tell you how much it was weighing on my mind.
What are your thoughts on the concept of small-time farmer
Might never be
who
able
finds
to visit
contentment
her
from
grave.
watching his plants grow and harvesting them and has no further
Back
ambitions?
in my legs. My whole
This is,
body's a mess, frankly. I didn't think I could make it past the creatures.
I'm watching this
I
old
was
guy talk.
prepared to die trying, and then you two came along. Still, I've got to face facts. Creatures or no, I can't keep making these trips.
Don't say that.
This is the graveyard key. Run it back to Moggy.
But I just told you about my legs.
Why don't you just give it back?
Okay. It'll cost you 5,000 gil, though.
5,000?
It's always money with you people. Fine. I won't ask you for anything else. I'll take your damned key and give it to the boy. It's downright depressing. What is the world coming to these days?
It cost you 5,000.
I'd love to say something, but I don't work here. Talk to that guy. He does.
Well,
What's this
hey
guy got
there.
for sale? So yeah, so the 19th century was big into idealizing the farmer because you had a lot of bourgeois city folks sitting around not farming or growing lawns, which, you know, we grow some lawns these days. You know what I'm saying? And excuse me, I'm a little congested. Apologize for the snorts.
Take care of my equipment, you hear? Money. That's all you kids think about. Not a whit of generosity or selflessness.
Eating the cabbage, which he himself has grown, not realizing that it took a ridiculous amount of sweat and toil to get that meager amount of nutrition out of the ground. That farming is really hard work. And that's something that I think you have to keep in mind. And the modern farmer, it's less than that. You know, you're not doing back-breaking labor yourself to grow meager crops unless you're an idiot. What you're doing is you're doing much larger scale agriculture. Small-time farmer where I am would have, you know, a couple hundred acres. That's a small-time farmer, right? You're not getting to big-time farming until you're in like the 4,000 or 5,000 acre territory with like large companies that farm. You know, something farms will be the name of the company. So, small-time farmers, a couple hundred acres of usually 1 to 2 cash crops of what they want. Oranges, a lot around here, because they grow great in this climate. Almonds, we're like the #1 almond exporter in the world, or where I'm at. So if you want to grow almonds, you know, it's a great place to grow almonds, and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, you're not going to make... The internet connection quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay, is what it's telling me. But I'm looking at it live on YouTube, and it's slightly choppy, but it's still there. We'll just ignore that for now. What was I saying? So, you know, if you want to be a small-time farmer now, you better have the capacity to take out a big loan, because you're going to have to buy a lot of land just to keep, just to have a profitable enterprise. And you're probably going to dedicate like a large portion of your land to one crop. If you're talking about these guys who are like survival gardeners and they're like, you know, I'm going to You know, I'm gonna grow everything that just my family eats. It's super inefficient. Like, you can do it if you're dedicated to doing that kind of farmsteading thing, but it's way more work than growing one crop and just making a bunch of money. You know, the farmers where I'm at, they drive like Lamborghinis. They make a lot of money doing it, doing this farming business. And I've been in the farming business basically my whole life at this point, just so you know. In various capacities, either, you know, poultry or something else like that. So, I mean, it's... If you're going to try to grow all your food yourself for, like, survival purposes, that's a different thing entirely than, like, farming. I don't know, that's a lot of explanation, but if you're actually going to farm, it's just a different business than what people think it is if you've never been in farming. It's a lot more, it's a lot bigger. Whoa! Better save this. This guy looks like he's going to wreck me. Here in Kentucky, we've got a lot of tobacco farmers. A lot of other folks supplement their income with corn and stuff, but tobacco's the cash crop. Yeah, tobacco's big because it grows so good. You know, it grows so good in certain places. You used to be able to pay your taxes in tobacco back in.
I'm focused.
Yeah, I'm focused, she says, as she gets just like knocked away.
Whatever.
Get him!
Pure era.
Keep it together.
I'll take care of him. This one's for you!
Whoa. Let's get out of that, huh? I'm silenced.
Hey, you asked for it.
But I can still apparently do this Sorcerer's Storm thing here. So that's nice.
I'll take care of
Right.
you.
Hang back.
Just go away!
I'm waiting.
Apparently I can target the iron sphere.
Allow me.
Weak to electricity. Interesting. Alright. I'm assuming I... Oops. Oh, that's not good. Gotta get out of this.
Here goes.
Ouch.
Go on.
Let's try hitting the sphere. What does the sphere do? It hurts you. That's what the sphere does. I don't think you can damage the iron sphere. I think the iron sphere is
Just
like not
taking a
really
little break.
damageable.
Get him.
Need a light. Try this.
Oh, you get like stunned. Okay, that's
I'm
interesting.
coming. Bundle up.
This is an interesting little like mini boss here.
Can you take
Let's do
over
this.
for a bit? Stay back.
Don't run into the electricity. Good idea here. Can I run around his backside? Hit him in the butt?
Go on.
Calling fire.
I think you get silenced in the red stuff. What this looks like.
I need a breather.
Here goes. I'll put down ice. Just a bit.
Steady.
Okay. You'll see. That'll do.
There we go. Oh,
You're still doing okay, right?
I think the iron ball just exists to like block attacks or something. There we go.
Stay back.
No, not the iron spear.
I'll take care of them.
Run away, Aerith. Alright.
Tagging out. Bundle out.
Ouch.
One more shot.
Won't last long. Right.
I'll show you what I can do. Don't catch a cold. Ha! Ha!
Fight through it.
Help me out here. Go on.
I won't give up. Pushing it.
Here goes.
All good.
Feeling chilly? Guess it wasn't.
Oh,
Thought
wow.
I had you covered.
Well, that's not good. Let's, retry. I'll be like, diarrhea, not now! I grew up helping my father grow a vegetable and herb garden. And it was just for the family, not business. The vegetables tasted better than the store-bought ones. I agree. Like, they're way fresher if you grow them yourself. So anybody can grow, like, a garden just for good vegetables for your family. I think a lot of survivalist guys, they have this idea, like, oh, we're going to have all of our food grown on site. And the amount of diversity required to do that is a lot.
Now that's
And it's just
mean.
usually not worth it if you're going to be serious about it. It's better to focus on one thing and then, you know, yeah, like have a garden that does other stuff.
Need a light.
Still in it.
Ouch. Doesn't telegraph some of his moves as well as I should like.
Pushing it.
We've got to get through this. Get ready. Hey!
Well, that didn't work. Got stunned.
Of all the times.
That's much better. Go on.
Crowmogger.
So it's my turn? Bundle up. Don't catch a cold. I think I can do it.
So she's dead again. Alright, I actually need to call it. But we'll kill this guy tomorrow. Yeah, I need to actually stop. Because it's 12:30, I need to go to sleep. So yeah, like I got a little Jin Whitetail. Hopefully that'll be up this week. So I'll have the audiobook up. I'll have the story up on the website. Are potatoes one of the best crops to grow for your farming business, or are there better crops? Potatoes are all... Well, no. A lot of potatoes, like in Kern County, where I used to live, for you yourself to grow, you can grow your own potatoes and get a lot of them. You can grow them in a trash can, actually. I know this sounds really weird, but basically you get like a big Rubbermaid trash can and you plant them at the bottom, and as they grow you keep adding more soil until you're at the top, and then you just basically turn the whole thing upside down and there's a bunch of potatoes that come out. So you can grow a ton of potatoes in a very small space for gardening purposes, or like for survival purposes. As far as growing them in a large space for like a crop, the problem, and there's no problem with it, you just have to be aware that harvesting potatoes is labor intensive, so you'll have to hire labor for that. Anything that you do, you're gonna have to hire labor for, pretty much, unless you're doing something like corn or wheat. If you're doing corn or wheat, you can just have, a $300,000 harvester that will do pretty much all the work for you, or cotton, same thing. So if you're doing cotton, there's a lot less, you're not going to have to hire as much day labor or, like rotating farm labor to do your work. There's a lot of people that all they do is just work on various farms, Mexican farm labor. A lot of Mexican immigrants do it. So you just hire them for a couple days or a couple weeks to do, whatever you need to do, pick oranges. If you're growing oranges, most of it, there's no labor. You prune the oranges, you prune the orange trees, or like peaches, same thing. Prune the peach trees in spring. The peaches grow, and you hire people to pick them. That's growing peaches. There's not that much else to it. It all comes down to, did you space the peach trees right? Did you prune them correctly? Did you hire people who know how to prune peach trees? Did you water them? Then it's other stuff. Did you put fertilize? Did you fertilize? Did you do all the other little stuff? And the peaches just grow. So a lot of crops are actually, you have this idea of farmers working really hard all the time, and it can be very intense work when the work has to be done. So when it's time to pick the peaches, you don't have an option but to pick the peaches. If you don't want to get up in the morning and do your work to pick peaches, the peaches will rot on the tree and you'll lose money, a lot of money. So you don't want to do that. But a lot of times you're just spending time letting the crops grow. Just making sure they're watered, making sure the irrigation system works. A lot of it's automated now. You can look at farming as like a very interesting profession when you get down to it, because it's very intense labor during certain parts of the year, and then it's just really not that intense during most of the other parts of the year, where you're just letting the field rest, or you are just letting wheat grow or whatever you're growing grow. So there's a campaign to get Gina Carano fired from The Mandalorian because she mocked people who use gender pronouns in their Twitter profiles by listing their identities. But yeah, boop bop beep. It's droid is what I would say. Yeah, I'll probably have to call it here. Yeah, I heard that. It wouldn't surprise me if she did get fired. And I can say, I think I used her as an example. Gina Carano compared to whatever model they used for Abby on The Last of Us 2. It's like the model they used for Abby on The Last of Us 2 is definitely like on gear, a lot of it. She has 12% body fat, which is not really achievable as a woman unless you're on a bunch of anabolic steroids. Like bigger arms than I have as a man, So that means her available test level for growing muscles more than mine as an adult male with reasonably high testosterone. All that kind of stuff. Gina Carano, however, looks like an athletic woman, like a woman. You look at Gina Carano and you're like, well, she looks like a woman. She has the body fat of a woman. She has the shape of a woman. She has the musculature of a woman. She just looks like an athletic woman, one that's in really good shape, with it's a little bit more muscular than a woman. She doesn't look like a man at all. So she's I think she's a good choice for if you want more of like a, basically the role she had on Mandalorian, more of like a soldier. It's more believable than someone who's just like cranked up on the sauce. It's like juiced up in the zombie apocalypse. But anyway, I'm probably going to call it there, guys. I do appreciate it. See you guys probably tomorrow during wind down time. I'm going to see if I can kill this guy tomorrow. So anyway, guys, take it easy.